of the Booner path. I lead from the front.
All right, boys. Lock in.
It's our core foundation, man. Grit.
I'm fired up. I'm fired the fuck up, boys.
It's pumping right now. It's got my juices pumping, boys.
Welcome to Crunch Time Sports with Jeff Booner and Lucas. Lucas is out today. He'll be back. But the Pistons are selecting today. All right, they're making a draft pick. So we're going to have a Pistons draft pick. We're going to have Sean Murphy to break it down later. We got Penei Sewell versus Lane Johnson. We got PFF ranking defensive lines. We got a packed show today, Boo. And I was at the Rocket Mortgage today again with Mr. Macaroon. Shout out to the Dog. So
yeah.
It's a fun day, man. But yeah, the draft just is about to start in a couple of minutes here.
It is.
We're gonna milk it as always, but
yeah, I've got two horses in the race here today. I've got the Pistons and I got my boy AT in here, my brother's friend. So I'm juiced. I'm juiced for the Pistons, and I'm juiced to see where Alex goes today. I'm fired up. I'm excited to see how all this thing falls. And there's been trades. AT, man. I hope he becomes a Pistons, man. That'll be if he's a Piston, dude. Get this man to Detroit. We'll take care of him.
So for those who don't know, or maybe not as familiar, Boone coached at SVSU, has a connection to a player in this draft. Alex Tui plays for the NBL.
One of my good friend's little brother. I've probably met him when he was 5th, 6th grade.
Yeah.
One of my good friends, James. He could be watching the show right now. If you're watching, James, hello. He's in Australia, Canberra.
But Alex Tui is the truth. All right, this guy's the fucking truth.
He is very good.
It is a lot.
Little biased.
So Boone, biased, but also he's a good player. So it's like Boone's been on this Alex Tui to Detroit train, and now I'm officially on board. So we're gonna find out if it's Alex Tui. I mean, Trajan talked about kind of what he's looking for. He talked about wings, some guards that can shoot the ball.
He did shoot 32% last year, but dude, he's got a strap. His brother shot like 40% at Saginaw every year, and so like it's in the blood.
Isn't the NBL 3-point line like NBA's?
Yes, it is. So his first year in the NBL, he shot 20-something%, only shooting about 1 a game, 1.5. He was more kind of doing other things. And then his second year in the NBL, he kind of went up 1 more 3-pointer a game, started shooting a little bit more, and went from like 24% to like 32, 33%. So there's improvement in the size, athleticism, defending. He's one of the better defenders, I would think, left on the table here in this draft right now at his size. Like, dude, this guy will get in a passing lane. He'll go up and he will contest guys at the rim, but he's not a center or a power forward. He's a wing, and he'll go up and meet someone at the rim and block him. And in the NBL, like that's the closest thing I think, in my opinion, you get to the NBA. I think the NBL is the second best league in the world, in my opinion. So he's playing, instead of going to college, say I'm going to go to the NBL, and is dominating there and against grown men. He'll be ready to go right away. I mean, there's going to be development, but if you're looking for a guy that has a close chance of where it's like, hey, you don't have to sit a whole year or 2 years, I think he could come in and help out. Joe Ingles type, just more athletic.
Well, they have Bob Myers on the desk. That's new.
He was on yesterday as well. Yeah. Oh, he was on ABC yesterday with Stephen A. Smith and
I didn't catch you. We were live, but seeing Bob Myers on the desk is a little weird. Shout out Mike Reed. Appreciate you. Shift
Mike Reed.
Have Brave, Raynond, or Fleming, or even Kalkbrenner.
Kalkbrenner is good from
that's the center.
Creighton. Yeah.
Creighton. I think didn't I read the Suns are trading? They traded up to the top of the second. They're
get Fleming from I think Fleming's the kid from St. John's. I think they've announced they're getting the kid from St. John's, or Shams put out there that's who they're training up for. I just don't know what those guys like Raynard. I don't see a world at 37 where he's available. He's probably the best. Him and Fleming are probably the two best players left on the board. So I don't know. It's interesting to see what happens here. I thought maybe the Pistons would trade up to go get a guy that they really wanted, but it seems like they're just sitting back, kind of waiting a little bit, seeing how this thing rolls out.
Hey, by the way, Ubaldo, he says, keeping tabs, everyone in the stream. If you're here, hit that like button. It's not too much to ask for the most loyal guys.
Come on, man.
Hey, appreciate that, Ubaldo. Hit the dang like button, man. Come on. Stop. Just hit the like button. All right, supports the fellas. Yeah, this is again. I see like Dom Yusuf says, "Who do you want us to take?" I've said this. I'm full transparency. I have not been key. Every year I take pride in the NBA draft. This year, I really don't care. I don't. The likelihood of this pick hitting anyway is very low, for being honest. So I don't care. Once they select a player, I'll dive in. I'll evaluate the player. We'll take it from there. But I'm not going to act like I've been studying second round prospects. No, I have not. So I'm not even going to comment on that, Dom Yusuf. We'll find out who the Pistons do take, though.
Yeah, I'm interested to see kind of the route they go here. I obviously this guy's not going to be a top 5 pick, whoever it is. He's not going to be your starter right away. But
no, I mean, how many times the second round picks turn into all like even?
No, yeah, I think you definitely can find gems. I think it depends too. I really do think I believe this, Jeff. Like second round guys, I believe it ends up being like who gets put in the right position to be successful. You know what I mean? Like I truly do believe that. I think there's guys like Jokic who are just skilled and no one really talks about, and they should have been talked about more. But then I also think there are players who I think all these guys have some sort of skill set. That's why they're getting drafted in the NBA. But if they end up getting put in the perfect position and on the right team, you can work out year one. Like you can make an impact instantly. We see it all the time, every year. Couple young guys step in and make an impact.
Yeah, no, it definitely can happen. Now we're talking position. I mean, you're talking about getting probably a power forward, or if you want to go guard, if you don't plan on re-signing Schroeder.
The thing, I just don't want to get I'd say you just stay away from a point guard, man. You got Ivy, you got Cade, you got
number one should be
Sasser.
Either a center or a power forward. I think.
Yeah, I think like a power forward to a wing would be more so for me personally. That's how I look at it. Because I think you got Stu and you got Duren, right? And I think Stu could come off the bench for Duren. I think you just got to find a power forward that maybe has a shot or a wing that is able to come in for, Tobias instead of, you're probably losing Tim Hardaway. If they're obviously a guy's not going to play right away.
The thing that Trajan said, and it sounds very similar to what Brad Holmes says, is they're going with the best player. So I guess the position
BPA
probably doesn't even matter. It could be any position. It's really just about the best player that's at that spot.
When does this thing start? Do we know?
Well, they're going to milk it as they always do. And we already know that the Suns are taking a play. That's what sucks. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I love the draft getting spoiled, but I understand that Woj did it.
I think the only reason it got spoiled this time, like last night, at least I didn't get spoiled. Did you at all?
What?
Get spoiled yesterday? I guess I didn't have my phone.
I had some notifications pop up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I have Shams and Schefter and Woj, all their notifications on, so I get some of it. But
I just put my phone down. I have Shams on too. I
get they're doing their job though, but gosh, that's the one thing. It kind of ruins the.
Yeah.
It does ruin the anticipation of the pick. Definitely, but it is what it is. I guess it's my fault. Shouldn't have their notifications on.
I did see too. I don't know if you saw this, but I watched the after the draft stuff, and the comment that kept going around with a lot of people was just how emotional this draft was. Like every player cried, and it's not a bad thing. Like you're emotional, you're living your dream, but it was just that was one of the takeaways after the draft was this was the most emotional draft we've ever seen. Everyone was crying. It was just a room full of crying people.
Do you see the Raptors pick? And he just goes, "Fuck." After he selected.
Yeah. Oh, that was that's what's his name out of Maryland, I think.
Yeah, he's I think he's a wing.
Oh wait, not out of Maryland. What's the guy's name? I can't remember his name.
He's a Colin Murray Boyles.
Yes. Okay. Where did he play?
South Carolina.
Okay, I knew it was a red team.
The Gamecocks. Yeah, he's a power forward.
Derek Queen is who I was thinking of. Schiff got put in there out of Maryland. I like him, dude. I like Derek Queen. I think I can't remember where he got drafted. Maybe there was just so many trades yesterday. I know Derek Queen got traded.
Well, I also saw that Ace Bailey, his team told the team in the top 5 that if they draft him, he won't report. So that's why he went after the top 5. Or he went, what do you go, 5th or 6th?
He went 5th. And he said he never talked to the Jazz, and the Jazz just said, "We're taking him. We're doing it."
Danny Ainge was like, "Fuck out of here. We're
Yeah.
taking this guy."
We'll call his bluff.
I wonder what team it was in the top 5.
That what? It's probably the Sixers.
Oh, that's probably
He probably
true.
didn't want us Philadelphia.
Or I guess the Hornets.
Washington.
It could be.
Or Washington 6, yeah. Or the Hornets.
He probably told the Hornets or the 76ers, like, bro, if you take me, I ain't coming.
Hey, Spurs to get Dylan Harper. I mean, they're building something too. I think he's going to be good.
Yeah, that's Ron Harper's son.
Yeah. Hey, and you know what's crazy too in the draft yesterday? We'll talk to Sean about it later tonight. The Nets kept all 5 of their picks.
And they botched every pick, I think.
No, what's his name at the end?
They
my
took
guy
your boy,
from Michigan.
Danny Wolf.
Yeah, he's going to be good. He's legit. He's like
Yeah.
He's like
They
a
took,
6'10",
bunch,
6'11".
dude, Nets fans are like, "What, dude? I think this might be the first time in NBA history you miss every pick." like if they, I don't know. I wasn't familiar with a lot of those players. If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I remember we talked. It's like the first time in a long time that they've actually a team has kept all 5.
I think it was the first ever. I think I saw a stat last night that said no team's ever had 5 picks in the first round and kept them.
You got to hit like 3 of, at least 3.
I guess we'll find out. I mean,
5
the kid from BYU isn't that bad. That was their first pick. Obviously, there might have been better players on the board, but like he's not. I don't think he's a bum.
They drafted basically a whole new starting 5. Like
Legit. Hold on. What do they get? A guard, a forward. I'm missing one. 1, 2. There's someone else here that he got traded to. Oh, Drake Powell maybe, and another guard.
So they got to have a guard work out at least.
Chaz Lanier from Tennessee, guard for the Pistons potentially.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I was shocked. Mike Reed says it's past 8. WTF NBA, hurry the
Yeah, it's 8:13. Why don't we have a draft going already? This is unbelievable. And people are saying my face looked better. My face never hurt. Anakin's like, does your face hurt still? Face never hurt. I feel good. Locked in, ready to roll. Didn't hurt yesterday. How was the classic today, Jeff?
It was fun. It was a lot
of
fun.
Anything good happen?
Yeah, I mean, some guys came to play. Like, absolutely. And honestly, the favorite, Kalen Morikawa, didn't actually have a great round anyway. He didn't have a good start, which was unfortunate. He was getting frustrated, you could tell. But Keegan Bradley, he was consistent. He had some moments, but he struck it really well. Patrick Cantley played well. I mean, those 3 guys played together.
Minwoo Lee had a day.
I think the story of the day was Minwoo Lee.
Well, no. So actually, I don't know if you saw this because I know. So the last couple rounds towards the end of the day, did you see what happened?
Oh,
Minwoo Lee had the lead at 9 under, had a 63. Under. Kevin Roy and Aldrich Bodker, I don't know how to pronounce it. I apologize. Both shot a 62. And that's the course record. They both had the course record today, 62.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be like, I mean, these guys are on pace for 40 under. Like, it's just like, that's insane. You're gonna be. The winner's probably gonna be like 20 something under.
Yeah.
So it was a great time though, man. It was awesome. Food was great. They took care of the media as always. They spoiled us. Chicken sandwiches are always amazing.
Dude, when I had it the other day, it was unreal. I wonder they got some draft picks here. I wonder if
it's like a condensed room now. It's like
I wonder where it's at.
Yeah, I saw Walter Clayton, by the way. We talked to Walter Clayton, middle of the first round. He went 18. So we were right on. That was right on point. Went to the Jazz.
Got traded, yeah.
I think the Suns, they have 3 centers.
That's why I texted you guys last night after the show. It was within like a 30-second span. Oh no, I said it on the show. They traded for Mark Williams and drafted a center.
I think they're
it was really weird. Oh, the kid from St. John's? I guess he is a center, yeah.
Dude, it's the Suns, man.
It says he's a wing here.
Oh, here we go, finally. Jeez. They milk this thing, man. Mark Tatum.
This is unbelievable. Yeah, good
Tatum,
point.
dude. Mark Tatum's an AI bot.
Yeah, and all these
He looks like
commissioners
an AI
are, dude.
I mean, he does. He looks like an AI robot.
Dude, I hate the one thing I was actually talking to my cousin about this. The fact that like there's all of these trades that go down, and essentially they give them the hat of the original team. So like over half of these guys get traded on draft night, or their pick gets traded, and they're putting on a different team's hat. Like over half of them. It's not like in the NFL, if there's a trade, even if it's not pushed through, they give them the correct hat that they're going to go to.
They don't do it. Yeah, it's weird. I
It's
remember
the dumbest thing in the world.
Brandon Ingram wore the 76ers hat, I'm pretty sure. It was somebody else.
Kobe wore the Hornets hat, and he got traded to the Lakers that night.
I don't know if it was Brandon Ingram or Jason Taylor or someone. But yeah, it's so dumb.
It's insane.
So you mean my draft night photo is going to be me with the wrong hat?
Yeah, that's the dumbest thing. You want to enjoy it. And the fact too, they just opened the draft up and they just said the Minnesota Timberwolves are on the clock. When everyone knows, and you see at the top of the screen, the top left or the bottom left above it, it says proposed to the Suns, the trade to the Suns. But since the league year doesn't start until July, they don't push it through until then. But these players will go to those. It's the dumbest thing ever. That's what you call a Adam Silver.
And they signed Mason Plumlee too, dude.
I think this Rasheer Fleming kid is going to be like a 3-4. So that it's going to be a good fit.
He's a wing.
Yeah, it's going to be a good fit. He probably played a 4 at St. John's more just because of the size in college.
Yeah, the NBA draft is just not. I don't know. Just not as exciting as it used to be. I feel it's just a part of me. I don't know why.
It's crazy that we just have the second round pick.
That's it. Let's see. Ben Blue says, "Why draft him though? Just trade the pick away before you make a decision if you're going to trade the rookie anyway." It's just how they do it. I don't know. I don't have an explanation for it. They just make the pick knowing they're going to trade it. It's just how they do it. I don't know. It's the NBA, man. I got no explanation. You know, it's the NBA draft is not the NFL draft. It's just not. I mean, Tabal don't like crazy how much more hype the NFL draft gets compared to the NBA. It's like the NBA has just been botching this thing it really takes generational prospects to make a draft. Like Victor Wembanyama, that draft you're paying attention to. You're just some of these drafts, like Cooper Flagg, even like, yeah, it's Cooper Flagg, but after that, like no one cares. But anyway,
yeah,
like the NFL draft has me watching 7th rounders. Like I'm locked into the 7th round. Like I'm like, where are these guys going? You know, it's just weird.
Well, I mean, you got to think if you go look at like even our numbers, like when we cover the NFL draft day 1, if you go look at our numbers from our draft watch parties, our numbers are higher for day 3. And then, like, if you ranked them day 1, day 2, day 3, number 1 day was day 3 for us. Number 2 was day 2. Number 1 was number 3 was day 1.
It's because the NFL guys can get drafted that late and still be very, very high level contributors.
Yep.
So people are locked into those late round picks. NBA, it's like no one gives a damn after the first 10, 15, man. No one gives a damn.
Can we do the picks in? Like can they do this? Jeez, how's the chat doing? Are we just doing like a watch party right now? Is that where we're rolling with?
I mean, I figured that 37 wouldn't
until
take
after
that
the
long,
Pistons pick.
It's kind of milking it. Yeah, I was figuring we just go to the Pistons pick. I mean, they're really. I think it'll speed up a little bit.
I would think so.
If you don't,
they
have
just didn't start until.
And the Pistons could trade up if they wanted to. You never know. I guess.
Yeah,
or trade back. That'd be.
I mean, I'm guessing they just have the one pick and they'll just take that and move on. I don't think they'll get back into it, but maybe they will. Didn't Trajan make a couple trades last year, or am I going crazy? He just got Bobby and Ron.
Yeah, I don't think he made a trade. I mean, Bobby, I think he stayed put and took Bobby.
Where did Bobby play?
He was overseas.
Where?
NBL. Yeah.
Trajan pays attention to the NBL.
Oh yeah.
He's all right. Pays attention to the NBL. Yeah, Shift guy. It doesn't make sense to stay pat at 37. I kind of am with him a little bit. There are a couple dogs here.
Yeah, if
but
you
I'm
really like somebody, man, you got to trade up and go get them.
Yeah.
I mean, if
They
there's
must like someone like AT who they know, hey, potentially could be there. Or a
I mean,
couple
you can
guys
make
they
a
know.
trade with you could try and make a trade with the Hornets. They have back-to-back picks, 33 and 34.
So, someone traded up in front of them to 36. I don't remember who it was, but someone definitely
The
traded
Nets?
up. Might have been, yeah. I don't know. It may have been. It's so weird just having a day 2 pick. Shout out Rasheer Fleming. Dude, that St. John's team was so good this last year as well. They were like, well, that was a legit squad. Rick Pitino did a great job building that team out. I think a lot of those guys are coming back as well.
Damn.
Front court depth, 3 and D. That's the Celtics need. Did the Celtics go? Oh, they just got rid of Kristaps.
Yeah.
They might end up going one of these two bigs, these two centers, these top 2 on the board. Stanford kid or
They need a big. Al
Creighton
Horford's
kid.
still a free agent too.
Yeah, they might go one of these 2 bigs. That actually, the pick is in now already. That was quick. See, the pick's already in. There's only 2 minutes left on the clock. Okay, it's rolling quicker now. Now we're working. Now we're cooking with butter.
Yeah, now we.
Is that the saying?
You with the it's just the butter. You can say butter. I don't care. You know, you say butter. Whatever works for you. I don't mind butter.
Hold on. What'd you say? I had to put my hat on. What was that?
We can go with butter. That's fine.
What are you cooking with oil?
Cooking with grease.
Cooking with grease. I knew it.
Hey, we'll go with butter though. I like butter. Why not?
People are saying olive oil. AG's burner said now we're cooking with grease. Okay.
Cooking with olive.
And by the way, if people are in here, when the stuff gets done too, we are going to talk about this whole Penei Sewell, Lane Johnson thing that went kind of viral today in the last 24 hours. We're going to have that conversation at some point today.
Yeah, Eagles Twitter absolutely freaking out. Well, easy
National
starting it,
media.
and
National media.
National media taking it and running with it.
Yeah.
Now PFF's tweeting out Penei Sewell love because they know they fucked up. So it's just how it is.
PFF is just they're so awful, man. It's ridiculous. And Detroit Lions D line. We got a couple things tonight.
Dude, Shams is like on TV on his phone.
Dude, he's work. Hey, let the man work. Have you ever seen like Shefty or Ian Rappaport live on air being like, I gotta take what did a pick come through?
Magic traded up. He just announced it.
Where are you at right now in this? Who's on the screen for you?
It's looking at the here. It says front court depth, 3 and D wing, Bobby Marks.
Now mine says Jay Bill is best available.
Yeah.
Okay, we might be on the same.
Yeah, I guess it's going to
The Magic. I wonder who Tyrese Proctor's still available.
Tyrese Proctor. Why is he still there?
He's that team had a lot of dudes, man. Who'd they take?
The Boston Celtics select Noah Penda from Bondy, France, and Francis Leon.
Noah Penda, forward, France.
Wow.
I'm not familiar with Noah's game. Let's see what this kid looks like. They went forward though. They went a big. Good for Noah, man.
Hey, Tyrese Proctor, Duke guy, Trajan Duke guy.
Yeah, that's fair. Guard can shoot the rock too. Tyrese
He's
Proctor,
Hardaway Jr.
Australian. If Tyrese,
I didn't know he was Australian. Alex Tui.
He get picked?
No, I'm just saying, Alex Tui. Come on.
Wingspan and strong anticipation skills. He had a very productive season as a 20-year-old with Le Mans and Pro A. They were the best teams in that league. He's not the most
Come on now. This kid from France, not bad. Hey, and one. Schiff got said the ghost of Killian Hayes from France.
Yeah.
That does haunt me, dude. The fact that that guy even played for our team as long as he did is just embarrassing. I put half of that blame on you, Jeff. I put the other half on Troy Weaver.
I still have that jersey.
Yeah, it's so baffling to me that, and then, you know what? I'm glad I never fell into the trap that there were actually people, and you included, and Pistons people out there who like died for the guy. Like, he's gonna be fine. Let him, just give him time. Like, that's so baffling to me that there are people who like, I don't.
What?
You know, man. It's just like, dude.
I was wrong. All right.
That's like dying on like the Jeff
backup
Okuda
guard.
hill after Jeff Okuda gets traded. Being
Well,
like, he's still good. Like, dude, let it
Killian
go.
showed stretches where I was like, I think he can be decent. He's already a good
Is he even on
defender.
a roster now?
No.
As soon as he left the Pistons, out of the league. He played on the Nets for. I mean,
No.
I could cook a batch of ramen noodle soup before this guy, as long as he was on the Nets for.
I mean, Sekou too, man. Remember Sekou? That was
Sekou thought he was going to be good. Just he was French too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Troy.
Yeah.
These guys try.
Well, that wasn't Troy. That was
No, it was Troy. I'm gonna
okay.
say it was.
Yeah,
No, I'm kidding.
I actually like Sekou.
Such a big bust, dude.
He just wasn't he wasn't mature.
Oh my gosh.
I think they took him 15th.
There was a moment too, and the same people I'm sure that stood up for Killian Hayes were the ones that stand up for Sekou. Look it, he's trading with Kevin Durant. He's gonna be the next Kevin Durant. Sit down. Were you one of those guys?
No.
You saw the videos of him in the offseason with Kevin Durant being like, yeah.
I just saw him stroke the. He was
what?
His shooting.
What did you just say?
I was gonna say stroke the ball, but his shooting stroke, I thought he had something.
You just said I just watched him stroke. That's all you said.
Okay.
That was how we clipped that.
So what I meant was, is shooting the basketball stroke.
Ray said Darko 2.0. It's not even Darko. Darko is just one of one. I mean, there's no comp for Darko, man. That was just an epic failure. Darko, I think, could have just went anywhere and failed. He just wasn't. What was it, you, Jeff, that said like every single sign pointed to a bust from Darko?
Yeah.
It was like the Pistons were like.
I mean, Terry would tell
Joe
you.
Dumars said.
Like I talked to Terry. Like I sat down with Terry, just chopping it up before for like 30 minutes about Darko. He said so much shit. He said like that he had a really bad workout. Like they knew he had a terrible workout. You know, he had like an alcohol problem. Like he just, I think he got shell shocked because he was kind of in like farmlands, and then he just gets dropped in Detroit, and it's like a whole different culture change. He's just like, the guy was just not built for it at all.
Yeah,
and it's like based off that workout, and Terry will always say, he still says, he's like, I went over to Joe Dumars and I said, Joe, don't draft that guy. Don't draft Darko Milicic, man.
Hey, if Terry was our GM, we would have more than one in that era.
He would have took Melo.
He would have took Melo. Melo was the I can't believe he passed.
But Joe brought a championship, so
yeah, but he could have brought two. Could have brought three.
So there's a balance there. He brought,
like LeBron said, not one, not two.
And he also drafted Tayshaun. So at least that Darko one, man. You can't have three Hall of Famers and in the middle you get Darko. That's tough.
Especially when you're on a run like that, man. When you need someone. All right, pick is in for the Hornets. The clock is now off the thing. We're close to the Pistons. This could be Tui. Every pick going forward, Jeff, could be Tui.
We're on Tui watch.
I need to get my phone out and film the. We're on Tui and Pistons watch.
With the 33rd pick in the 2025 NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Sion James from Duke University.
Duke. Sion James went over Tyrese Proctor. He's good. He's good, though. Do you remember that player out of Duke a couple years ago? Was it AJ Griffin who went in the lottery and he just – where's he at now?
He retired.
Why?
Just didn't love the game. I got like I think
Imagine
that,
that dude. AJ Griffin in the lottery, and then within a couple years he's gone.
Because he had like an injury or something, but he could shoot the ball. I liked AJ. But yeah, he
could lock up too, dude. He defended very well.
He just retired. He just said, you know what, fuck
That's
this,
tough, man. It's tough. Yeah, I mean the whole starting five of Duke's going to get drafted to this draft. That's crazy. Tyrese gets drafted, and you have the whole squad.
I mean, what is the chat? What do you guys want? Who do you want? Name a player, position. What are you guys looking for right now? I mean, what do you want the Pistons to do? I think Trajan. I think's I know he's only had one draft, but I do like him as a talent evaluator. He's pretty good in the draft, so I'm not really stressed out. I'm not really stressed out. More stressed about free agency than I am the draft.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't really care who he takes. He could take Booner Sports.
Okay, I'll go.
I'm cool with that. Shooter off the bench.
I've been getting back into shape a little bit over here.
Yeah,
I'm down 8 pounds.
I wouldn't have an issue.
We could do this. Run it up.
Because whoever this is not going to play much at all. So if they do, it'd be shocking. Actually, another late or is that I think he was a late first, actually.
Who's that?
Let me check. Yeah, he was. Marcus Sasser. He was 25th overall.
Who is it?
I actually like Marcus Sasser.
Yeah, I'm interested why he hasn't been getting like run. I guess he has, but it's like when I don't know.
So they still have him. I know I see a lot of the chat's not invested in the NBA draft. I don't blame you guys, man. Shift God's the one that's the most dialed in. It's just, I think it's a mix of the Pistons not having a first rounder and the Pistons just being good. Like, it's just not really, I don't know. I'm not invested like we have been in the past. Really not. What's going on, Alan? How you doing, man?
What's up, Alan?
We're watching. Watching the NBA draft. We're gonna see who the Pistons take, react to it, and then we're gonna talk some Lions. We got a lot of Lions stuff to get to, but we wanted to react to this Pistons pick. It's just taken
3 or 4 picks away. We're almost there.
They're milking the hell out of this because all this ad money, man.
Yeah, I got a Taco Bell ad right now on my thing. Joe Mosa, I like Golden from Michigan. Johnny Broom's on there. I said I'm out on Johnny Broom. He had like a 12-inch vertical at the combine or something like crazy, like a 20-inch vertical.
It's like this is my vertical.
Yeah, I think it was like 21 inches or something. It was like the lowest, I think, in combine history. I don't know if that's true, but it was like extremely low.
Oh my god.
He's just like a back to the basket big. I mean, he's good. He probably has a little bit more than that. I'm probably giving him credit for, but
a 20-inch vertical.
Spike Lee is in the crowd for the second night. What up? Hey, respect to that, man. And people want to be Spike Lee courtside, do all that. And I bet you're not at the second round of the NBA draft supporting that squad. Huh?
They probably sent him to make the pick or something, or maybe not make the pick, but be there for the. I
Just
don't
be
know.
there. Yeah, he's probably getting paid a lot of money to be there. The Knicks are probably like, we'll pay for your season tickets if you show up with
Show up
Knicks
and
gear.
get people talking.
Yeah. I wonder if he actually has to pay for season tickets on where his seats are, or if he's like at this point they're like gifted to him.
I think at first I think he was paying for a while. There's no way he's paying now.
No, you would think that the Knicks would
Now
just
he's
be
basically like the team ambassador at this point. I mean,
yeah. No, he actually is. Yeah, that's a fair point. Him and Timothy Chalamet. He's the next Spike Lee, so he should be getting free tickets too. That's one of my favorite clips of all time. Adam Sandler. Chalamet.
yeah, I think he pays still. I don't know. He might not now.
Hey, did you see Adam Sandler's going on tour again?
Is he?
Yeah, he's gonna
2
be in
rounds,
Detroit.
by the way. ETN 2 rounds.
He's gonna be in Detroit.
Adam Sandler?
Yeah,
When?
we should go. I don't know. He just announced today though. He's doing a tour. He does it every once in a while. He does like comedy tours and stuff. He'll probably be at LCA. Yeah,
That guy's got more money than.
sell it out. It's the Sandman. I don't care if it's a bad show, good show, poor show. I'm there. We got to go see.
I'd rather go see Shane Gillis in August.
Yeah, we can go see Shane. All right,
Shane.
ready? The Charlotte Hornets select Ryan Cockburner, Creighton. He's going to be good. That's a good pick for them. They traded Mike Williams and picked up Ryan Cockburner. I liked him at Creighton too, man. He's a dog.
Actually, yeah. I think Mark Williams went to Duke.
He did. Yeah.
Yep.
Dude,
Mark-
Ryan Cockburner, 4-time Big East Defensive Player of the Year. 4 times. He probably played 4 or 5 seasons max. 4 of them Defensive Player of the Year. It's ridiculous.
Brad Hendricks said October 14th, LC Adam Sandler. Damn.
We should go. We're there. I don't know what day that is, what day that falls on. Hopefully it's not like a Sunday or something. It's like if it's a Saturday, we're there. We really our only open day. Good pickup for the Hornets. I gotta put my phone around, dude. I'm gonna get alerts.
Breader.
All right, 3 picks away. Philly.
Damn, yeah, he's a modern big right there. Block shots, shoot the ball, rebound.
I mean, dude, he goes up and gets everything, dude. He's just so long. He's great on offense too. Yeah, I like that pick for them. Great picks. Con Canupel, Liam McNeely, Sion James, and Ryan. Dude, they actually had a great draft. Liam McNeely was a 5-star McDonald's All-American. And remember, I don't know, did you watch UConn play at all this year? In the tournament, bro, he's legit.
So right now, Alex Tui's the 4th best prospect.
Left on the board.
Yeah.
And we have Philly, Brooklyn, Detroit, and then I don't know who's after that. So yeah, we're in Alex Tui range right now, and we are currently in Detroit Pistons range. Yeah, I like the Hornets draft. Good for them, dude. Good for them. And they have LaMelo. Is it Brandon Williams they have as well? 3-and-D wing is what the Sixers it says they need. Jay Billis doesn't even have Alex on his best available. So he doesn't do. I mean, I guess he has some international prospect. That feels disrespectful, Jay. Lost a little respect.
Damn.
If I'm the Sixers, to be honest, I would go get that center out of Stanford with Joel constantly hurt.
Yeah, Max, that's Renaud.
Yeah, I would get a big guy. Or I guess it says they need a facilitator in 3-and-D. So point guard, a wing.
It's a lot of bigs in this draft, man.
Yeah. How sick would it be if like the Pistons or someone got like if the Pistons got like the next Jokic, like the second round steal of all time, and then you get Cade and like a all-star in the second round.
Yeah. Yeah, like Alex Tui ends up being the second option.
That would be crazy. Bro, why did my phone it's like sending me alerts when it's like not supposed to be.
You're ahead of me, which I don't mind. Because I heard you announce the pick, and then it's like 10 seconds later I get the pick. But
Do you want me to wait?
no, I don't know.
You sure?
Yeah, no, I want to know who they draft when they draft it.
Okay.
I don't really give a shit. I'll see it after you. But I do want to know. At least you'll see if Alex Tui goes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start recording some of these on my phone. 0.5.
Come on, dude, you milking the whole clock?
Yeah, this is unbelievable. We're at 8:42. We're still 3 picks away from the Pistons.
10, 9, 8. Like, make the pick. You're gonna. I mean,
The pick's been in on my end for 20 seconds, bro, and they're still talking.
Oh my gosh.
It's unbelievable. We may never get to Lions talk today. We may never.
I mean,
We may never. What time's Sean hopping on?
9:30.
Oh, yeah, we got a lot of time for Sean. It might just be a Piston show today. I don't know. This is
Oh my god.
I can't believe the Sixers were 24-58 again, dude. It's unbelievable.
Shout out Spence, man.
See,
This guy is just an absolute dog.
with the flick. Hey, I got a guy for you, Spence.
Yeah, come on, baby.
Man. Hey, my cut too looks unbelievable this time. Not that every other time hasn't looked great, but it's just, you know what? I just feel fresh.
No, that's the
Feel fresh.
the Spencer.
I did get I told Spencer, I said, I feel like Jeff gets a haircut every 4 days. You're always there. Dude, I text you like once a week, you'll be like, I'll call you or something. You'll be like, hold on, get my haircut. Like, bro, you just got your haircut 5 days ago. All right, 76ers.
Yeah, I do like getting my haircut. I do.
Janai Broom, Auburn to the Sixers. They needed a big. Stanford big still on the table, too.
There's still hope.
They needed a big.
Shit, let's just get this. I mean, the NBA, let's speed this shit up, dude. You know what? Maybe I don't mind Shams just ruining it. Just give me the pick. All right?
No, come on now.
Hey,
Come on now.
figure it out, Shams. Find out who the Pistons are taking. Let me know so I can turn this off. Please.
I already know who.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Alex Tui?
Yeah, let's do it. Woo!
Come on, dudes.
Charles Barkley's been on the screen 10 times already. I guess the Sixers are up. That might be why. It's crazy he went to Morehead State and then went to Auburn. I didn't really know that until this year. Yeah, he's gonna be good, but I don't know how I feel about big guys coming out of college. I feel like they're just like I feel like it's a 0% hit rate. You know what I mean? Like real bigs. I feel like the bigs that end up hitting are the bigs that like no one really talks about, like in the teens, 20s, where it's just like even like but like all the big time guys who are like National Player of the Year. When was the last time a National Player of the Year center has been good in the NBA? And there's been every year. It's just a
wasn't
big guy.
DeAndre Ayton National Player of the Year?
I don't think so. From Arizona. I don't know.
But he didn't really.
Luka Garza.
Yeah, like Hunter Dickinson.
Dickinson. He's not even going to get drafted.
Yeah, he's.
It's crazy.
Yeah, DeAndre Ayton at Arizona. That guy was
I could be wrong. I think the Nets could be a 2-way range because I could be wrong. I think the Nets summer league coach or assistant coach was his coach.
Oh no. Who called that, by the way? Didn't someone just say that the internet would go out when the Pistons picked? What the hell are you up to? Whoever said that? What are you doing? You just hack Boone? You son of a bitch. Who did that? I mean, someone typed it. Someone said in the chat that the internet was going to go out when the Pistons pick, and the guy just drops.
I think I'm here. Am I good?
Oh, there he is.
Dude, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Everything just my thing worked. It was just my StreamYard just went out. So the Lakers are at 36 now. The Lakers are on the board now. Wow, and then the Pistons. Lakers. Wow.
So the Lakers traded for.
They just traded up to 36. They're on the clock right now. This is why the NBA is so dumb. It's so confusing. Oh, they just put the Lakers on the screen. They had the Nets up and they had the Timberwolves up. And it was like there's no Lakers, but now they just switched it.
Shout out, Mike, man.
All right, Pistons are officially on the clock. Jeff, get out of the comment section. Pistons are on the clock. No comment section.
No comments.
No comments.
Who'd the
I'm
Lakers?
going to quote. I'm going to tweet out the link again here on my personal. They picked Adu Thiara out of Arkansas. Here we go, Pistons. On the clock. Alex Tui! Hey, if this happens, woo! The odds of it happening are so low, though.
I mean, he's literally the third best player on the board. I mean, it's not. I feel like it's not that low, to be honest.
No, and they drafted an NBL player last year. Like hard workers. I don't know if he worked out with the Pistons. He worked out with like 20 teams. I didn't confirm if one was with the Pistons. I probably should have done that and asked. Did not cross my mind once, to be honest. I was just too juiced up.
Let's see. Come on, man. All right. Here we are.
What's your clock say? Mine says 321, 320, 319, 318. What's yours say?
I'm behind.
Really?
I'm not even there yet. Let me see.
Can you refresh? Here we go.
No. It's fine. Just tell me who it is. I don't really.
I'll say it right away. I'll be recording from my phone. 250 left. 250 left, Jeff. Yeah, Jay Billis, best available 10th. Alex Tui is 10th. Janai Broom, 35th to the Sixers. Yeah, it says here they need a reserve lead guard. That's what ESPN has for them. So you might be onto something there.
Yeah, I like Jameer Watkins. He just can't really shoot that. He doesn't have a great shot. Chaz Lanier. Let me see.
Lanier?
Yeah, Chaz Lanier can shoot the ball.
Yeah, out of Tennessee. 18 points per game, shot 39%, basically 40% from three this year. Last year, he shot 44%. The year before, 39%. Average 18 this year, 19 a game last year. Basically 20 points per game last year. That's definitely an option, a guard. I wouldn't be shocked if they went Chaz Lanier.
Chaz Lanier might. Yeah.
That would be a decent. Yeah. Get a kind of a shooter in there. 6'4", 200.
Well, yeah. I mean,
just score, knock shots down. Because really, at the end of the day, on this Pistons team, who's the one shooter on your team? Like legit shooter.
They need another
Beasley.
Beasley.
But who else has? I mean, I'm not even saying as close as Beasley, but like someone you could trust to knock down a shot if needed. I mean, there are guys, but at that level, someone to shoot 35, 40%. Tim Hardaway has his stretches for sure. Who am I missing?
Maybe it might be Chaz Lanier. I mean, I don't know. I like.
Pick is in. Pick is in. Pick is in. Call that man. Call that man. 18. I'm not looking at the chat. I'm out of the chat. Shout out the chat, though.
I got it off too.
You guys are legends for sticking with us through the second round of the NBA draft.
Who is it? Who is it?
I'm actually nervous. My heart is beating very fast right now. Get a 2-1 here would be unbelievable. A little 3-man weave. You know what the 3-man weave is, Jeff?
I do.
All right, making sure.
So that's fundamental right there.
Yeah. That's day one. That's like did that first grade.
First day on the job. You get the boys, just get them going. Fundamentals.
Oh, are you kidding me? They didn't even announce the pick. They literally just put it at the bottom bar, and that was it.
Oh, Chaz Lanier.
Chaz Lanier out of Tennessee. 6'4" guard. Chaz Lanier shot 40% from three last year, 39%, 44% the year before. I didn't even think about getting on social. Let me get something on social here real quick, Jeff.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, the Pistons need more guys that can shoot the ball. So Chaz Lanier can do that. He can shoot the ball. I mean, he's got good size. I have to watch more and dive into Chaz Lanier. I don't know. He played at North Florida for 4 years, transferred to Tennessee. Had a great season. Had a 43, 39, and 75 shooting splits.
Yep.
He averaged 18, 3, and 4. You're not really drafting. You're drafting them based on his shooting prowess, and I like it. They need that because you look at the free agents you have. A lot of guys that can shoot the ball. Tim Hardaway Jr., Malik Beasley, two guys that they want to bring back. But can you turn your draft down a bit, Booner?
Yeah, I'm just gonna mute myself. I'm trying to get
You're good. But 6'9" wingspan is something I do like. That's real. I love that. He tested well at the combine, and this is what Trajan Langdon said from the beginning, right? They're going to draft the best player available, and he mentioned it could be a guard. So I like it. Chaz Lanier. AG says crowded backcourt. Crowded backcourt. Yeah, I mean it depends what happens. They have Schroeder, who's a free agent. Malik Beasley, who's a free agent. Tim Hardaway Jr., who's a free agent. So is it really a crowded backcourt? We don't know who's coming back. It'll be Ivy, Cade, and you have Sasser. Those are the three you have. Let's say they bring back Malik Beasley. You still have room for Chaz Lanier. Allen says 44% three-point shooting, man. Yeah, you got to surround Cade with guys that can just shoot the hell out of the ball. So I like it. Will he be in the rotation this year? Probably not. I don't know. It usually doesn't happen. that guys that are drafted in the second round come in and make an impact. On a playoff team, it could happen. I doubt it. Derek says Chaz is 23. Crazy Ant-Man is 23 going in year 6. Yeah, listen, man. You're drafting guys in the second round. There's a reason. If he was 18, averaging 18 a game, shooting 40% from 3, he would have won top 12. So there's always going to be a reason he's available in the second round. And the reason's probably his age. That's just how it is. But the thing about guys that are a little older is he has a lot of games under his belt. So he has experience. And you're drafting a guy, again, in the second round. He's 23. I mean, you give him 3 years to develop. He's still only 26. So you never know. Guys get drafted all the time that are a little older, and it's not the end of the world. You draft guys early in the draft that typically are younger for their upside. But at 37, I don't really give a shit that he's 23. You know, I don't. I don't mind that he's 23. AG says keep Beasley, and now they got Lanier. That's 2 shooters. Yeah. And especially, I mean, I have to go in and actually watch some Chaz and Lanier. Let me see what I can find here. Maybe there's some videos that I can watch that aren't copyrighted that you guys can view. But some of this stuff is pretty good. He could shoot the ball. I mean, watching some of these clips, he can shoot the ball, man. I just saw it. Hold on, let me see. You can. I want to see if Sean Murphy will just join now because people are already hyped about the pick. Let's see if we can get Sean on here. We can talk to Sean about him. Lions Den. His age is a benefit. I'm tired of these 18-year-old, 20-year-old in the NBA that are clearly not ready to play with grown men. Yeah, that's the other part too. You know, the age doesn't scare me.
No, you don't think that I don't mind the age. I think it means you're just more experienced. He's played how many years in college? 4 or 5 seasons, 5 seasons in college, and obviously the last 2 seasons were his biggest years. But I like the fact, to be honest, I think it just comes down to shooting at the end of the day. Like, I think you need to surround Cade. You need to surround Cade with shooting. You know, that's what it needed to be. And you probably went and got one of the better shooters in the entire draft.
That was available. Yeah, he's one of the best. He was probably the best shooter available.
So you have to do that, and he can play, dude. It's not that he's just a shooter. The guy averaged 18 to 20 points per game, in the last 2 seasons. So he could score the rock. You really didn't need. At the end of the day, you don't need a guy with the ball in the hand. That could be Cade. That could be Ivy. But to have a guy who can knock down shots and score when needed. And he's not 18, 19. You don't need to sit here and develop him for 6 years, or you know what I mean? Like, hey, he could step in and maybe he's one of those guys that next year can get in at the end of the rotation and make his way up.
Well, let's bring on Sean Murphy. All right.
Yes.
From half court, covers the Detroit Pistons. Let's get his thoughts on the 37th overall pick, Mr. Chaz Lanier. Sean, how are we doing?
Jeff, Booner, boys, thank you for having me. Chad Lanier is the Detroit Piston, or Chaz Lanier, I'm so sorry. It only took us about 24 hours into the draft for us to finally get on the clock and to do anything. But you know what? We made it. We got some basketball to talk about.
Yeah, Sean, I think for me, and let me just turn this off because I don't want to watch this shit anymore.
So I will be watching the rest of the draft.
I think the big thing with Chaz Lanier that I like, and we'll get to the roster and kind of what what happens in free agency here, in your opinion, who comes back, because Trajan Langdon did speak to the media as well. But, and we talked to you about that. But for Chaz, Trajan mentioned that they were going to go with best player available. All right. Didn't matter. Yep. They were talking, it could be a forward. It could be a guard. I know this is a 2nd round pick. I don't know how much he'll contribute. But with the shooting ability, at least Trajan understands the concept, Sean, that you got to get as many shooters around Cade Cunningham as possible. And you have Tim Hardaway Jr., Malik Beasley, and Dennis Schroeder, who are all free agents. So I guess when you look at it like that, I know someone commented saying it was an overcrowded backcourt. Dude, they got 3 guys I think that are free agents.
Yeah, they have Tim Hardaway Jr. and Dennis Schroeder, who are not likely to be back next year. I just see, a lot of things that have to align in order for Schroeder to return to Detroit, and Hardaway, I just don't really see as much of a likelihood there. So to go get someone who, is a 40% career 3-point shooter in college, someone who had a really good season at Tennessee, who has like solid size, and a good frame for his position. I don't think you can be mad at the pick. I mean, especially, this is the 37th pick we're talking about. It's kind of a coin flip of whether or not you can get someone who can fill in your rotation. But if there is a chance for someone to fill in the rotation in the modern NBA, it's guys who can shoot the 3 or who can defend or who can do both. So I think for Lanier to be able to play consistently on the Pistons lineup, he's going to have to show that he's not a subtraction on the defensive side of the ball, and he's going to have to hit shots. It's as simple as that. So I think he's a solid addition to me. This kind of the places I kind of go to and the questions I start asking is what does this mean for our Marcus Sasser? But overall, I think it's a solid pickup. He's someone, again, I don't know exactly what his role will look like next season, just because, this team has legitimate expectations now, and it's not going to be like years before where you're just going to make room for a young guy just because you want to see him develop. So, I like the pickup, and, there definitely seems to be, solid upside, but at the same time, a solid floor too.
Would you make the Cooper Flag to the Mavs stuff real quick? Just kind of this whole debacle now, make Cooper Flags with the Mavericks, and then kind of how the Ace Bailey stuff played out. You got to give your thoughts on the early draft.
Did you see the quote from Nico Harrison about?
No, I didn't. No, what did he say?
Oh my gosh. Okay. This quote is amazing. So Nico Harrison was asked by Tim McMahon about winning the lottery. And he said, and I quote, "Fortune favors the bold.
Oh,
So exciting things fell our way." Bold is one hell of a word to describe the Luka Doncic trade. That is certainly a word in the English language that you can use to describe it.
that's I did not see that. That is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
As far as the player, though, I'm sorry to interrupt, Jeff.
Go ahead, Sean.
As far as the player, how can you not like Cooper Flag? As far as the prospect, I think he's the youngest guy drafted number 1 since LeBron. His, all of his intangibles and everything that he brings to the table. A lot of scouts say he's the best Duke freshman to ever come into the draft, which for all the Duke freshmen that have come into the draft, that is saying a lot. One guy we know pretty well, Grant Hill, was pretty darn good at Duke. So if people are saying he was better than him, then that's saying a lot. I'm not entirely sure, because a lot of people are saying, oh, well, they can make some real noise in the West. I'm not quite sure that they are a contender by any means yet. I still think they have to prove a lot as far as what they can do without Kyrie in the lineup. But if you want to talk about a really tantalizing, intriguing place for a guy like a Cooper Flag to go to, Dallas certainly fits that bill. Their front court with Anthony Davis, Cooper Flag, Daniel Gafford, and Derek Lively is going to be terrifying.
Wait, by the way, I think I just realized, is this Chaz Lanier, is Bob Lanier's grandson?
So I was actually going to look into the relation. I can't say.
I just looked it up. It says he is also the son of the. Wait, I think.
Hold on, I'll look it up.
I think this might be true, Sean. I don't know. I mean, AI's telling me he's his son. So if AI is wrong,
it's AI, then
AI
that changes.
I think AI has to be right. I think these.
Well, I mean, it's cool that you can reach Allen Iverson and ask him questions like that, No, but in all seriousness, I'll do some research on that. I'll get back to you. I don't know off the top of my head whether or not he's related. I don't want to say for certain, but
it's okay. He does have a son named Chaz Lanier, I think.
I'll tell you what, though, the last name definitely made my ears perk up a little bit. At the very least, the Pistons have had good luck with Laniers in the past.
Yeah, I guess that is. The
Ace Bailey situation, though, was really interesting because that was, a lot of times we see players, and essentially Ace Bailey, his management team was trying to essentially manipulate him to go somewhere in the draft. Not quite sure where, because he didn't take a workout with any team. The speculation was Washington and New Orleans, but he ends up going to Utah, which I think is a really great situation for Ace Bailey to go to. Like Will Hardy's a great coach. Danny Ainge and his son are really great basketball minds and are great at running a franchise. They just need someone who can like really ignite the flame there. They need someone that they can build around and identify as like someone that can go get a bucket and be a star they build around in the future. And Ace Bailey fits that bill if he meets his upside. Like there's still some questions about, just like his efficiency, some of his IQ. Like he's a really good, difficult shot maker, but it just seems like he almost only takes difficult shots, which isn't necessarily great, especially in the NBA. So some things to work on for sure. But like, I mean, honestly, kudos to Utah for like saying, "Oh, what's that? You're threatening to not come here." Well, that sucks. We'll call your bluff. Like that's,
yeah.
You don't see a whole lot of teams like sticking up, like sticking up and using their power a whole lot. I think this is one of those cases where it made a lot of sense for Utah.
Yeah, I think he told the top 5 team he didn't want, if he was drafted, he wouldn't go there. And I had to assume it'd be the Hornets, right? I mean, the Hornets would probably be that team that was like, "Hey, if you draft me, I'm not. No fucking way I'm playing."
I wouldn't be surprised if it was Philly either, just from the soul
Philly
standpoint. Too. Yeah, like he wanted his touches, and he would not have gotten that if he went to Philly.
Yeah, I think the big thing too with this kind of the free agency period for the Pistons, and I'm curious about, is I know Trajan kind of hinted at it too, that they have already been in contact with some of the agents for Malik Beasley, Dennis Schroeder. I don't know. I doubt Tim Hart. I think Tim Hart would probably be gone. But do you think there is, with the likelihood, I guess, confidence level that Malik Beasley returns? Because I think he could be a player that hits free agency, and there will be a team that kind of overpays for him. I think that's the one I am a little worried about, Sean.
Yeah, Evan Sidery, who's an NBA writer for Forbes, he, it's not from like a direct Pistons source yet, so take it with some grain of salt, but he is, he does good stuff. He reported earlier today that there's significant mutual interest between the Pistons and Malik Beasley on a new contract entering unrestricted free agency, and I wholeheartedly believe that. I think the Pistons, it should still just be their top priority to bring back Malik, even though it's going to be really hard for him to like replicate fully that level of shooting season he had last year, like literally one of the greatest in NBA history. But I mean, just when you talk about what he's meant to this team, both from a production standpoint and a culture standpoint, I think bringing him back in is almost a borderline a necessity. So
no, I agree. I think Malik is probably the one guy that I think you just cannot absolutely afford to lose. I think, Dennis, I would like Dennis back. Tim Hardaway, I at that point, it's, it is what it is. But I think for free agency, I guess the big question is how many new faces do they bring in? I don't really see a trade. I mean, I could see a trade happening, but I don't see a big trade happening. But in your mind, like if it's under 1.5 in free agency, and now we're not counting Malik Beasley, how many guys, how active you kind of expect the Pistons to be here to sign guys? Because I mean, they already have some guys they like. They probably have 5-6 guys they like in the rotation. They bring back Malik. I mean, you expecting 2 guys or more to be signed or traded for? Or do you expect this to kind of be like hey, let's bring back Malik, let's go sign, maybe we go get Aldama? But do you expect him to be any more busy than that, to be honest with you, or making a bigger trade or anything like that?
I could see them bringing in 2 players, but probably really only truly being thrilled about one. Like I could see them bringing in, whether it's like the Santi Aldama or, like in an off chance, like a Miles Turner, obviously Naz Reid, I think is still very much, in play there. But otherwise, like other than that, I think if you're looking like from Detroit's perspective, the big thing is to be able to, lock down a Malik Beasley. And, then from there, you're not going to have a ton of cap space to work with. The only way that you can truly, add multiple guys is if you do like a sign and trade. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Pistons did a sign and trade and brought back some salary in that light. I could also see Detroit going out and getting like a cheaper option at point guard to bring off the bench, like a veteran minimum guy, since now they'll be a little bit more of an interesting place to be this summer. So I definitely think that that Detroit's going to look to improve this team around the margins and to support, the player, like the young core pieces that are in place. I just don't think as of right now there's been anything that Trajan has said or anything report wise that would give us reason to think that they're going to make any major foundational changes to the, to the core framework of this team, at least not until the deadline.
Yeah, I see Mike. He says, can we trade Harris, Sean? I mean, I think if they were to trade him, that would be a guy that you want to match salaries with. I mean, he's making 35. What is he, 35 a year? So I think you'd only be traded if you're trading for a guy making a lot of money.
I believe Tobias is I think he's on like a $17.5 million.
Oh, so okay.
Yeah, it was like 2 years. Okay. So he has 20, he's on 25 million this year or 26. So it's, so it was like a 2-year kind of like $52 million deal. That's still pretty tradable, especially like you said, like when you talk about like matching salaries, that would be a contract that you could definitely do that with. I still think, and again, I know he's not the most flashy player on the court. He might not do things that like blow you away. You're not going to necessarily find a super long Tobias Harris highlight clip on YouTube, but like, I don't think you can overstate the maturity that he brought to this team, the culture that he helped set, as far as a framework goes. I really think the only scenario where you trade a Tobias Harris is if you definitively bring someone in who makes you better today. That, to me, that's the only scenario, just because he has been so valuable on and off the court for this team. I mean, he was one of their most consistent, stable figures, let alone players last season.
Yeah, I think the thing with Tobias Harris right now is I actually enjoy him on the team. I like it. And the contract actually has aged pretty good, given what his kind of value is. He's a solid starter. He's a bucket getter. I think this. I like the Chaz Lanier pick. I know people probably expected like a forward or a center or something like that, but I like Chaz, man. Sean, keep up the great work, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Hey, Sean.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Sean, I'm sorry. I missed you this whole time. I'm pumped up. Do you think, a serious question here, do you think the Pistons go back into the second round here and just try and maybe they love another guy and they're like, hey, Alex Tui still there, trade back in and get my guy. I mean, no, but there are a lot of like players I think that we've all talked about that are still on the board here. Do you think Trajan would do that? Would just trade back in though?
I wouldn't rule out him trading up or trading back in some form. I would say the likelihood probably passes by each pick, just because, you just don't really know how many more guys there are going to be that Trajan's going to have his ears perking up on. Plus, at a certain point, do you kind of like play the risk of, could this guy be a guy that you could bring in via free agency as someone that you could try out in summer league? So I truly think, it's been kind of, I know a lot of people might not love it, or it's not the flashiest thing, but I don't think playing it cool during the draft is necessarily a bad thing, especially when you see teams like like Orlando. So obviously a lot of people have been talking about what they did to go get Desmond Bane. They gave up like 4 first-round picks. The Magic just traded 4 or 5 second-round picks to move up in the second round. Like, why? That's just like, to me, like, that's just like stuff like that. It's like, what are we doing here? So I almost like would not, I wouldn't really be mad if Trajan didn't necessarily, go that hard in aggression with the second round. Cause again, once you get to this portion of the draft, like, are you drafting someone that will play for the Pistons someday? It becomes less and less likely. Really, you're looking at guys to play for the Crews.
Yeah, it's the Cruise draft at this point.
We need that Cruise team to be stacked, man. Come on, we need to win a G League championship over here.
I still think Lanier can fit, fill the back end of this rotation, and I think he's someone that gives guys like Marcus Sasser some competition. As far as guys who could potentially come in and get minutes. So,
yeah, well, what's going on with Marcus? I like Marcus. But
it is weird. He doesn't get the run.
Thing, like, in your mind, future with the Pistons kind of thing, you see him kind of sticking around, or is he kind of just like, hey, it was fun, but maybe not the right fit? Because I feel like when he does get minutes, he does score points. But what's going on with Marcus Sasser?
Yeah, I don't think he's someone that's like, that doesn't have a lot of like believers necessarily. Like, I think he's well liked within the organization, but I just think one thing to keep in mind is he was Troy's pick. And, as you bring in a new general manager and they start bringing in more of their guys, they're going to choose their players over the previous regimes. So looking at like Marcus Sasser's like contract situation, he has 2 more years remaining on the team. This year, if the Pistons pick up his team option, which I'm sure they will, it would be about $2.8 million. The following year, it'd be $5 million. So to me, this is kind of the prove it year for Marcus Sasser because his salary is going to essentially double after that next season. So I think the Pistons are going to probably make a decision of some form about Marcus Sasser either this summer or by the deadline, as far as, you know, bringing clarity there, because now you can essentially reset the clock with an even cheaper contract
For sure.
you know, in with Lanier if you don't necessarily get blown away by what you see there from Sasser. So this is definitely, if you want to talk about like prove it years or like pivotal summers, like this is definitely the pivotal summer for Marcus Sasser.
Yeah, I love that.
I think too, the craziest thing is if you think about it, there are, I mean, if they re-sign Dennis Schroeder somehow and, you know, and they bring him back, it just, the guards that they're going to have, it's hard for him to find the rotation, I guess.
Yeah,
and
crack that.
Yeah, and I think he's a good player. It's just the rotation, and it comes down to it. And especially once you get down the stretch, I know you need depth, but I think we all know this, especially in basketball, that rotation starts to get shorter as the year goes on and as you get to playoff basketball. So for him, he is a younger player, but also he's a player who's probably trying to find an opportunity to have a career instead of just sitting in the G. Like, I don't know how much he played in the G League this year, but just sitting at the end of a bench essentially as a two-way player or whatever he is right now. It's just like you have to give him an opportunity elsewhere if that's what he wants.
Yeah, he appeared in 57 games. You know,
Did
he's
he play
a solid.
in the G League at all?
I don't think he actually has played in the G League much yet, Booner. I don't think he has, but the thing with Sasser is, like you guys have said, like there's moments where he comes in and he can get you buckets and bunches. But the thing is with Sasser is if he's not hitting shots, then you know he's not necessarily a great, or I don't really know if I'd say he's a good defender. He's serviceable. He has a good head on his shoulders.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that's the question, especially if we want to talk about Lanier is, well, you know, where is he going to fit in the rotation? The question is, well, how can he defend? Like, what's his defense like? Because, you know, if he can come in and at least meet or exceed that of Sasser, then I think he's probably going to edge out, you know, in the moment, just because at the very least, he's going to be a cheaper player.
Yeah, I guess it is that, like, who are you when your shot's not falling? And Marcus Sasser, he's not really
consistency, and especially if you're starting to become a team that's contending for the East, it's no longer just like development and like, hey, let's get you some run. It's, hey, if you're getting run, you need to make an impact and it has to be consistently.
Yeah,
or you're not playing.
And I know it might feel like picking hairs and stuff with second round picks, but I believe it was 5 of the 12 rotation players on 5 of the 12 players in the Thunder rotation were either drafted in the second round or undrafted altogether. So like that shows that like if you do it right, like you can find significant talent and bolster your roster in the second round. It's just, again, like you have to have like some of those skill sets to keep yourself consistently in the rotation.
And you maybe need Sam Presti a little bit. You know?
Yeah, you know, it helps when you have one of the greatest general managers that, you know, just ever walk the planet. That helps for sure. Yeah.
Sean, appreciate you, my guy. I know you, I mean, from F-Core, you guys will be covering it. So for Piston stuff, man, Sean's the absolute goat. I mean, just for anything. Appreciate you joining the show. Keep the great work, my friend.
Appreciate you, Sean.
Boys. Talk soon.
There you go. Mr. Sean Murphy joining the show, helping out the fellas here, talking some Pistons basketball. We got Lions to get to, so stay patient. All right, we got PFF ranking top 10 defensive lines. Where do the Lions appear on that? We have Penei Sewell versus Lane Johnson, the stuff that happened today, which easy started an absolute war on Twitter. Started an absolute war, and let me walk you guys through it, how this war started. All right, Easy tweeted out this, all right, and it's got 500,000 views on Twitter. It's got Mitchell Schwartz, former Kansas City Chief offensive lineman, commenting on it. You got all these guys from the Philly fan base, big content guys, PFF guys commenting on it. But essentially, Boot, can you turn on your draft, by the way, a little bit?
Yeah, I still got Alex Tui on here, man. Come on now.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Put a little respect on my name over here.
But easy.
On Alex's name.
He said Penei Sewell was credited for a sack here. Lane Johnson wasn't. So the two clips I have here This is what Easy put out. So Penei Sewell was credited for the sack. All right. So if you watch this clip, let's see. So yeah. Okay. So obviously Jared scrambling outside of the pocket, back into the pocket. He's running around in circles. He gets sacked, and they put the blame on Penei Sewell, even though he did a pretty good job getting Jared Goff pretty clean right there. And then you look at this clip, and as you can see here, let me get this out the way, man. No, get what is this? All right. This is Lane Johnson not getting credited with a sack. So he got away, did not get credited with a sack. Now, Easy tweeted this out, was going off, and he said, how does this make any sense? And, I mean, you could see here that was probably more – it looked more like a sack given up, for being honest. We'll watch it again. You see Lane Johnson snaps the ball, and – he pretty much got beat, and that looks like a sack. Okay, so that's how this thing works, and this is why it's frustrating. And Easy tweeted out, was like, how the hell does this make sense? Now, it got 500,000 views, the post, and it got people commenting on it. I have Mitchell Schwartz, who, again, used to be a Kansas City Chiefs offensive lineman. I think he went to Central, I'm pretty sure. But he got people debating who's the best offensive lineman in the league. Is it Lane Johnson? Is it Penei Sewell? Obviously, Eagles fans tweeted out, and they were like, oh, it's Lane Johnson. Lions fans joined the conversation. Oh, it's Penei Sewell. Mitchell Schwartz said the Lane versus Sewell debate is hilarious. Almost everyone who's non-biased and who you can trust evaluating the position has come to the same conclusion. You're arguing over best and second best. It's not like one guy good, one guy bad. Classic 2025 social media stuff here. And then he also said, and then you can have a couple highlight clips of one guy doing the other can do, but isn't asked to do. But that's supposed to sway the debate.
Yeah, he had a lot. Honestly, you don't need to read all this, dude. This guy just did. It was just word salad.
God,
I can't hear you read all this, dude. This is too much.
Okay,
it's word salad at the end of the day. It's what you call. You say that's your saying. Word salad. He just had word salad.
He just had.
I respect the game. I respect Hall of Famers, but that guy he's word salad.
He's a Hall of Famer.
I don't know. He put in there in all that word salad. Somehow he slipped in there that he feels that some people call him the greatest right tackle of all time, and Lane Johnson took that from him. So word salad. I don't know if he's the greatest right tackle of all time. I've heard of him, not fully familiar.
So yeah, Mitchell Schwartz is a 4-time All-Pro, so he's
probably a Hall of Famer. Yeah, 4-time All-Pro. He most likely at the right tackle position.
But yeah, I think here, this is what I'm thinking about this whole debate. All right. I think those are the best two tackles in the NFL. I think Penei Sewell and Lane Johnson are the best two tackles. I think what started this is the graphic that they put on Lane Johnson's locker that had Penei Sewell's stats versus his stats. So they kind of, whoever put the graphic out, I think it was like the Eagles or someone on the Eagles offensive line. They took a photo of that. It was basically after Penei, I think, got All-Pro, or got something that Lane Johnson didn't, and they put Penei's stats next to Lane's and slapped it on Lane's locker to like remind him, like, hey, you're that guy. I think Penei Sewell's the best offensive lineman in the league. I do. And I know that Lane Johnson's been doing it for a while. But Penei Sewell, as an athlete, he's one of the best. He's probably, honestly, people would argue, best athlete on the Lions. So I think this Lane thing, it's 1 versus 2. It's not that much of a significant difference, but
yeah,
if you're going with who would you want in a Super Bowl run, I would take Penei Sewell personally. Like,
yeah, I think today's world, you're taking Penei Sewell like right now,
he's
and
one of the most dominant offensive linemen.
The biggest argument that a lot of people are saying is like, hey, Lane Johnson at his size is the athleticism. No one's ever seen something like that before. His athleticism is different. Okay, yeah, you can argue that. But we're talking about just like, hey, in today's NFL, you're taking Penei Sewell. And you know what? Honestly, and this is why I think this argument and this whole thing just kind of all got put out into maybe blown up a little too much, was there are 3 tackles in the NFL, in my opinion, who you can make a case for being the best in the NFL. I think Penei's one, but if someone approaches me and said, hey, Lane Johnson, okay. If someone approaches me and says Tristan Wirfs, and I've had this conversation with JT, I argued with him, disagreed with him, but I'm not going to sit and be like, you don't know what you're talking about if you say Tristan Wirfs at the end of the day, because I think those 3 guys are 1A, 1B, 1C. right? At the end of the day. So, in my opinion, there's just no question behind it. I would go Panay, but outside of that, it's antics at that point. Like, who do you prefer? And all of these guys, obviously, and I'll say this, I'm sure a lot of those guys like these guys that are talking about him have spoken with Lane and have a relationship with Lane. They're former offensive linemen. Lane Johnson's been around the game longer than Panay has. So I'm sure Lane has a relationship with some of these guys. I'm not saying that's why they're doing that in their job, but that's a factor at the end of the day. And at some point, I mean, you know what it is, Jeff? It's one of those things like in anything you do. And we've learned this a lot, me and you, in like the broadcasting world with sports media. It's old heads and other people think you have to go through, you have to go through the car wash and you have to go growing, from the bottom and earn your way to the top. Right. And a lot of people in media think that. It's the same thing, I'm sure, when it comes to the NBA. There's offensive linemen that have respect for Lane Johnson because he's done it for so long and he's older and he's gone through all of that, where Panay is in year 4. And he hasn't really been in the league that long. And he has back-to-back years first team All-Pro. So there is some respect there. But you see what I'm saying there? Like, there is that kind of side of things as well.
Yeah, he's one of the most dominant run blockers I've ever seen. So I think it's again, if you want to go with Lane, I'm not going to hate you. I think the debate's interesting. I think it's entertaining. But at the end of the day, you can call me biased all you want. I'm taking Panay for a year. I don't care. Or it's for the future. But that's unfair because Lane's old. But regardless, if it's for a year, I want Panay Sewell on my team. He's an incredible athlete. You could do so many things with him because of how athletic he is. And Lane is athletic, not as much. He's a little older, dealt with some injuries. He was actually a former tight end, to be honest with you, which is even crazier. But Panay Sewell's that guy, and
you know what? It's not discrediting Lane Johnson.
No.
Like, that's why I think a lot of these people, especially some of these era. These former players, are like acting like people are discrediting Lane, and it's like, dude, that's not it. It's just Panay is younger, and okay, if you don't think he's better last year than him, okay, he's going to be this year or next year. He's going to pass him up, and at some point, you got to be like, oh, like Lane could be the greatest right tackle of all time. Cool, have it. I'm taking Panay Sewell today. And I think it's point blank that. I think it's that simple, to be honest. I really do.
Let's see. By the way, Mr. Ray says the Lanier pick is a D+ to me, fellas. Lanier is basically just a Tim Hardaway Jr. replacement. Same archetype of player and even similar build physically. And man, there were so many other better choices. It's like,
I don't know.
Mr. Ray, why a D+? He said we had Ragnow right there, potential stretch 5.
Ragnow does work out with Wemby. He's Wemby's guy. I don't know. Tim Hardaway Jr. Okay, let me one you up this, Mr. Ray. If you got a replacement for Tim Hardaway Jr. in the second round on a rookie deal, do you like that? Because for me, if he ends up being the exact thing what Tim Hardaway is, and you got him at pick 37, sign me up today. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
what are we talking about here? Why are we acting like we just picked in the top 10? I mean, this guy's not going to be an all. You're not drafting, and now if he becomes an all-star, you just got to you hit, and we've seen that in the second round. But we're talking about a second-round pick. We're talking about a second-round pick. If he ends up being Tim Hardaway Jr., Mr. Ray, you should be pounding the table and being like, "Let's go, Trajan." What are we doing?
D+,
it's a D+ is way too low.
Like, to judge a player and say he's a D+, like Mr. Ray. I mean, what are we doing?
Come on now,
if you think you preferred a different player, then that's fine. But D+ basically means this guy's going to be a bust. You know what I mean? This guy's going to be a bust. We don't know that. We don't know if any of these guys. Second round picks in the NBA are just something different. I mean, there'll probably be one guy in the second round that ends up being a pretty good player. There's always there's some undrafted guys that end up working out, but if you like Renaud and he's going what, he went 42.
Yeah, he went a couple picks later.
I don't hate the preference there. I mean, I don't. I understand.
No, yeah, if you wanted him, that's fine. I don't. But I don't think a D+ because you skipped out on a big a stretch big in Renaud. I really don't think so. How many picks are in the draft? 60? I'm honestly, Jeff, I'm going to say this. I think the Pistons get back into this draft.
You think so?
Yeah. Because as you get deeper into the second, like you got to think they do have a lot of seconds, I think, over the next few years. And at the beginning of the second round, a lot of teams were giving up 2 seconds. I think once you get to the back half, I mean, I guess you give up 2 seconds, but you could probably give up a next year's second and like maybe like some cash or something to get in. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's just my thought. I wouldn't be shocked. There's already been a couple teams that have traded back in.
Ryan says, I think the Pistons are hitting a stretch big in free agency. I mean,
who's that though?
They'll be expensive depending on who you get. Talking about Miles Turner, you're going to pay a lot of money for Miles Turner.
Yeah. The Serbia kid's still sitting here on the board too.
I do agree with Mr. Ray though. I mean, if you obviously Trajan felt comfortable who's available, but they could have traded up if they wanted someone.
You just give up an extra second essentially.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't cost anything to trade up in the second round.
Yeah, that's why I want to be shocked if they still do. If there's someone that they love that they might not feel like will be there at the end of the draft, that they might go in.
Yeah, I'm going to dive in probably tonight, actually, after the show. I'll watch more Chaz Lanier. I'll see what we're working with here. You know, I'll compare it and I'll give my thoughts on that probably tomorrow. Because I'm not familiar enough with Chaz Lanier to tell you that if he's going to be a bust or he's going to be, I like this player a lot. I would just be lying at that point. So, listen, I see the kid can shoot. He can shoot the ball. You have my attention. All right.
In the NCAA tournament, Jeff, this year, 29 points, 6 from 13 from 3 in one game.
I mean, that's pretty fair.
I'm gonna tweet that out.
Yeah, I like that in the tournament. 6 made threes. Shit, if you could shoot the 3 ball, like Ryan said, you're a movement shooter, catch and shoot guy.
And that's what I wish I could show. Can we show this?
Welcome to the team.
I just put it on I just tweeted it on Crunch Time. I don't know if they're highlights we can show or not. If we react to it, but it's all 6 of his threes. And he catches and shoot, man. This guy, he's a shooter. I think that was the big thing this Pistons team needed. Like you look at all these championship teams like the Celtics, the Thunder, what other teams have won recently? Even the Pacers, like they just have guys that knock shots down. Naismith knocks shots down. Who am I? I'm trying to blank on. Even Obi Toppin steps out, knocks a couple trays down. Like we just needed more guys on the floor that can step up and knock a shot down when needed, right? Like in big moments. And this guy does that.
Damn.
He does it.
So is it TV footage?
I just tweeted it. I don't know. I can't tell. It's like back and forth. I don't want
to just watch it, and we just if it gets, we can just cut it
out. As long as we don't get a strike. I mean, if we just get hit with I mean, we could always clip it out after.
Yeah, if it's not.
You know what I mean? We could definitely just clip it out after. We still might get a strike, though. I don't know. You would know more than me on the YouTube side of things.
I mean, we probably could, but I do want to play it. I mean, we could just cut it. It'll be at worst. We'll just cut it out. It won't be a strike.
Yeah.
So, if you're watching and this next part skips, we cut it out.
Right. If you're watching the next part skips, go to our Twitter. You can watch the clip and then come right back.
Yeah, I mean, he's a.
It's like glitching right now for me. Why is it so glitchy?
Is it glitchy?
I can't see anything. It's like a.
Let me see. I'll pull it up like this.
Do you want me to try and pull it up?
Yeah, try.
Let me see if I can get it.
I don't know why it's being like that. Yeah, I'd rather watch it now. Let's just watch it. Fuck it. For the people. Let's watch Chaz.
I'm sure the people would rather watch it than hear about it. All right, you can pull it up on the screen. Just let me know when to press play.
All right, just turn the volume down.
Smart.
Or turn it off, yeah, so they don't even notice it.
Is it glitchy on your end?
No, it looks fine.
I mean, hold on, I'll restart here. Just look at the first shot. Catch and shoot. Bang. Wet.
like that. What? Yeah, absolutely.
Woo! Look at this. Not even just a 3-point shooter
Just off. Yeah, I like that. Just shot maker
off the dribble.
off the dribble.
He's a bucket getter at the end of the day. And
He's
that's
got
what
like
you
a-
just needed another guy that can get a bucket.
That dribble pull up. He's got like
Look at that.
it's not it's
He's got a strap, man.
he's got like
really
a
does.
slower release. It's not like but it
It's kind of
goes
quick.
in.
Yeah, but it's not that. Watch. Look, he gets it off.
Oh, okay. Like I guess that one
He gets
clip.
it off.
Yeah, no, he's got some where he's just letting it go. I guess that's fair.
Look at that. Mid-range and all. I mean, he's just a bucket getter at the end of the I think this kid could be good. I don't think like I'm not saying like your second option. But I think this
Yeah, I
kid's
mean,
gonna be I think he's gonna be
yeah.
good.
I mean, yeah. If you can shoot the ball, come on in. Well,
He'll be like our 6-man one day, and he's gonna be like our like Jamal Crawford coming off the bench, just like a bucket. I'm interested to see if he can lock up and play defense as well. That's what I'm interested to see if he's gonna be able to.
well, he's got a
he
6'9"
can defend.
wingspan.
Okay, so he probably can defend pretty well then. If he, I mean, that's
I mean, that's
that
pretty
size,
good.
6'4".
6'9" wingspan. Yeah,
yeah. How old is he, by the way? What's his age?
23.
He's ready to play. Like he can come in and play.
He's got a lot of reps. He's played.
He
a lot
can
of
come in
ball.
and play.
You know what
I
mean? Yeah.
think he could affect this team. I don't think I know it's a second round guy. I wouldn't be shocked if he comes in and like Sean said, probably starts at the back of the rotation in this. But I wouldn't be shocked if he ends up. You're like, how this guy's getting 10 minutes a game down the stretch of the season, not of a game, but of the season.
Yeah, Easy said 24. Easy, you like the pick? What do
I
you
just
think?
love. He just gets buckets, man. I
Yeah,
love that. I love
really-
getting a bucket getter.
I don't know if Easy saw the Chaz Lanier pick. I want to see what he thinks. I mean, it's a second round pick, but he could shoot the ball. So
That's just one of my. I think that this team has gotten every like possible need outside of another guy outside of Cade that can just get a straight bucket and a stretch four. Those are the two missing pieces. Those are the two. Am I wrong?
no, you're not.
I'm not going to expect a lot, but if he does something for us, Amari Williams.
Hey, geez, Bernard, dude turns 28 in July. I mean, we got to stop being disrespectful here.
Oh, you
Yeah.
know who I went to school with, Jeff?
Who?
Hendon Hooker,
No,
Tennessee.
he was there last year.
He was there the last 2 years.
Was he?
Dude, yeah.
When did he transfer?
Oh,
to
no,
Florida?
he's just there 1 year. Never mind. Dang.
Oh,
5th year transfer. Yeah, it's on me. Old Dominion before that, I believe.
I was gonna say I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. He probably knows Joe Milton.
No, is that Old Dominion? I can't see. I think, oh, no, UNF, Northern Florida. North Florida. That looks just like Old Dominion's logo. That's crazy.
He's the perfect kind of guy I want on the team with a big body playmaker like Cade.
Yeah, it's just a bucket getter that can and catch, shoot, knocked out. Knocked. Guy's got a squirt gun on him.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he does. Come on now.
What does that mean? dude?
Easy. Have Cade draw attention inside by getting to a spot, then kick it to a shooter. Yeah,
Cade, or I called Easy Cade. Easy knows. I'm going to tell you guys this. I'm going to be transparent with you guys. I'm a little shook right now. Alex too has not been drafted.
Austin Reeves wasn't drafted.
I'm just praying that the Serbian kid too, that was like the third best player I'm going into this round, into the second round. He just got drafted at 47. Can I turn this up to where just tell me when you like it's too loud? Can you hear it yet?
No.
I'll just leave it right there for now. I think the Pistons trade back in and get AT. I'm just gonna keep convincing myself this is about to happen. Tyrese Proctor. I don't even think he's been drafted yet.
That one's surprising.
Yeah, Tyrese just sitting there. Easy side get mixed up at Kate all the time. Oh, that's funny. That's on me. Hand up. Easy mistake. Easy, get it? No pun intended.
You want to? So we could either do two things right now.
All right, what do we think? Let's ask the chat or the people. What do we think?
We can do top 10 defensive lines according to PFF.
Can I be honest with you?
What?
I have a hard time thinking about anything else but the Pistons right now and this draft.
All right, let's just stick with the draft.
If the people want to do Lions, we can switch. But like we gotta talk this Panay stuff tomorrow again, because I feel like I could get to contribute as much as I wanted to, because my brain is just not all there right now. It's really not.
That's it.
I wish it was.
We can do it tomorrow. We can do it tomorrow.
What do the people say? What are the people? Lions or Pistons? Mike Reed said FPFF. Okay, everyone's saying it.
THA's measurement 6'5", 205 with a 6'8" wingspan. Chaz Lanier combined measurement 6'5", 205, 6'9" wingspan.
Hey, Mr. Ray, pull that up one more time. Chaz Lanier, 6'9" wingspan. Tim Hardaway Jr., 6'8".
Yeah, here, let's do a poll.
Got him by an inch. I can't wrap my head around forgetting about what's going on right now. I don't know. It's just in my mind.
Defensive line ratings.
Javon Small. Easy. We talked the Panay stuff a little bit, but I feel like we didn't give it its justice, to be honest. And that's, you know what? Jeff, I take full responsibility for that. That's on me. Hand up on me.
Yeah. You know what though? Chad, the poll is live. People can vote. Which topic? Lions defensive line rankings or more Pistons?
Can I vote?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not going to tell you guys what I vote for, though. I'm going to switch all my accounts and go vote on 10 different accounts.
It's really close.
Is it that close, really?
Yeah, it is. It's pretty close. I mean, go vote.
I voted for and no one knows what side I voted for.
It's
just like in real life.
It's 50-50. 52-48 Lions. It's still going. We'll let this thing go for a couple minutes.
Yeah, just let it roll for a little bit. Let's just keep talking, just small talk for a little bit, you know.
How many picks left in the draft?
It's 49, so 10 picks left. I mean, we're 16. To be honest, Jeff, we're 6 minutes from mailbag.
Yeah, it's like
we didn't get the Pistons pick until 9:15. That was crazy.
That's almost criminal. Like,
yeah, they were 7 picks in, and we didn't get it for an hour and a half almost.
Yeah, we might as well just go to mailbag, and then we'll just save some of the stuff for tomorrow, because it's like, yeah, we do have 5 minutes, and we do want to do mailbag. I feel like we always miss out on it. So,
yeah, drop mailbag questions, and we'll do mailbag and
Lions ended up winning, Pistons. So but now we're pivoting. So sorry about that.
We'll do Lions tomorrow.
There's just not enough time to break down this list. The list, like, I want to dive into it for like 30 minutes. It's a good list. You know what I mean? I don't want to rush it just to end the show.
Yeah, he said 30 minutes. Jeez.
Or 20 minutes. Like, think
that's a whole episode of Friends.
I got a lot of thoughts on this list. I do. It's good and bad. Derek says, mailbag, what Lions game are y'all interested in watching the most? Week 2. Lions Bears.
Which one did you say?
Ford Field, week 2.
The Bears. Yeah, that's a great one, actually. That's a great one. I like that. Ben Johnson's return to Detroit.
Wait.
Oh, JT
Olsen, mailbag. Who do you all want the Red Wings to draft tomorrow? JT Olsen, anyone you want the Red Wings to draft? I could honestly.
Can I be honest?
I could give a rat's ass who the Red Wings the draft. I don't care. I just don't.
I didn't even know the NHL draft was tomorrow.
You want to talk about bad just drafts that are trash in general? No one knew the NHL draft was on tomorrow. No one did. So JT, whoever you want to draft, I'll sign my name to it. All right. I'm not dialed into the NHL draft. All right, JT, we are all team Victor Eklund then.
Victor Eklund. Yep, Victor
Okay,
Eklund.
fuck it, let's go.
All right, JT, we're JT's a Red Wings fan, right? He's not like a Tampa Lightning fan. Because if he's a Tampa Bay Lightnings fan and he's just trying to mess with us here.
What the hell is this?
So why can't you pick it? What, Mr. Detroit City?
Mr. Detroit City, I want you to do me a favor. All right. I want you to look over in your right hand.
Oh, Tyrese Proctor just went.
Okay. Look over in your right hand. Put down the bottle. All right. Whatever the hell whatever that was, don't ever do it again. All right. I don't know what question that is and what, I don't know. Is that like high thoughts? Maybe put down the joint. That's some shit you'd ask if you're high. All right. I know people. Hey, I understand it. Okay. You smoked a joint and that popped in your head, Mr. Detroit City. You sicko. Burning issues mailbag. Why does Booner believe Ahmed's going to be a bust?
I never said that. Come on now. Don't get me going, burning issues. I know what you're trying to do, trying to get me fired up. I'm calm today. I've got too much pressure on right now.
That South Florida steak. I mean, hey, South Florida, I get it.
Is Mr. Detroit City a Miami guy?
That's a South Florida steak, man. I respect it. Let's see. Ben Blue mailbag. What needs to happen in order for the Red Wings to make the playoffs and find some success? Well,
Stevie Y needs to go make a trade, Jeff.
Yeah, he needs to be aggressive, you know?
Yes.
Need to be aggressive. And Gentry, we talk to Gentry about this all the time. Got to have a busy offseason. Free agency. You don't want to be in a position where we're going into the season with multiple question marks and everyone's pissed off again. And there's clearly deficiencies like halfway through the season. You're like, how the fuck did this happen? And in the locker room, you start losing. I thought last year there were stretches where you were a little more confident, but overall it's just how they started the year and it was tough. So, you got to have a busy offseason, man. Got to make some moves here. Stevie Y.
Yeah.
If I'm Stevie Y, man, I'm doing everything in my power to fucking let's just make a playoff push.
He's been talking.
If we don't make this playoffs, I'm getting booted. I'm getting
booted. For sure. He's been talking about for years, like, be patient. It's like past that point now. It's yes, you can. The patience is over at this point. You need to go make a big trade, a splash trade. You need to make a splash for agency signing, and you need to make sure that you go into next season and for sure, hey, I put a playoff team on the ice, because you can't go another year, especially after not this year, but the year before, you almost make a push into the playoffs. Expectations going into this last year were playoffs, and then you end up not even coming close to it. Midway through the year or towards the beginning of the year, you have to change coaches, everything. Like, you can't have another year like that. If it's constant, it's like, hey man, time's ticking, and it's no longer like halfway to the finish line. Like, you're at the finish line of getting this thing done, and you need to figure out a way to do it. Like, you have to.
Hey, I saw we posted the Alex Bregman stuff.
Oh yeah, the Bregman. I think. By the way, there's this whole thing out there, and people on Twitter, and I've got commented on it too as well, of people like I quote tweeted it and said, "You need to get this done now. Bring Alex Bregman here. If he is available, you get Alex Bregman in the Detroit Tigers organization. You do it. I don't care about I don't care about anything. You have a playoff push and a World Series push this year to deal with." A lot of people commented, and we're like, he didn't want to sign with us. We don't want him here. He didn't want to be. Shut up. Don't be one of those salty fans. Do you want to win a World Series or do you not? Don't be a gatekeeper fan for winning the World Series. Just shut up. What are we doing? Do you know what I'm saying, Jeff? It's like, who cares if he got offered more money. Why wouldn't you take the money? I would take the money. It's life-changing money. You take the money, and he had opt-out years. If he wants to come here and they trade for him to help you win a World Series, I bet you won't be mad. And you know what, Ben Blue, if they bring Bregman in and they go win a World Series and he has something to do with it, you're going to be real quiet, huh? Won't you? Or you're going to be really loud, being like, "Thank you, Bregman." Come on now.
Yeah, the people that are like, he didn't want to.
Some fans are stupid. What are we doing? Why would you say no to a good player just because, oh my gosh, he didn't pick us? Shut up. Acting like a little child about it. Grow up. This is the big leagues, man. You make moves to win. See what I'm saying, Jeff? Am I crazy for that?
Yeah, no, you're not. I mean,
I don't care if he didn't pick us at the beginning of the year.
Let's see. Bulls turn mailbag. Who makes a bigger impact in playing in rotation on D-line, Wingo or Williams?
Tyreek Williams. Yeah. I like Wingo. I think Wingo is going to have a good year. Maybe not. I'm not saying like a great year, but he's gonna take a little step forward for sure.
I would agree with that. Tyreek, yeah. And it's no disrespect to Wing. The guy's a first round pick. Like, he's gonna start like right away. You know,
sure.
I think Wingo could get in there, make plays, but yeah, I'm gonna go with the guy who's gonna be playing right away.
Yep.
Easily. Let's see. John Hughes, mailbag, which team wins it all? I don't know which sport are we talking?
Shout out John Hughes.
The Crunch Time team. We win it.
Yeah.
We're winning it all. Come on. But what? Are you talking NFL? I mean, Lions, NBA, Pistons, NHL, Tigers. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what sport you mean, John. Answer that, and then I'll tell you the answer. We'll figure it out. Let's see. Ball to line mailbag. Which NFL primetime slot is your favorite? Thursday night, Sunday night, or Monday night? Ooh, that's a good
Great question. Great question. I'll say this. I like Sunday night football the best. Sunday night football.
I love
think
Sunday
all
night
eyes are on
because
Sunday
of just
night.
the theme, like just
Yeah.
everything. Just the Sunday night
Chris Collinsworth.
feel. Yeah, just the Sunday night football feel. It's so exciting.
There's something about it. Monday night's
So
cool. Thursday's last, dead last.
Yeah, agreed.
I hate Thursday night football.
But Sunday night's something about just being on Sunday night football. You're just like fired up, man.
Waiting all day for
Yeah,
Sunday night. Some
Little
kids
Carrie
that Carrie
Underwood.
Underwood. Oh man, the best, dude. Once you hear that go on, you're like, woo.
Is that what we do?
Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, man. That's a
Mike
duo, man.
Tirico. I know
He's going to be at the Rocket Classic. If anyone wants to see Mike Tirico, I believe Sunday. I think he does the Sunday. Could be wrong.
Yeah, we're doing this media golf thing next year.
We're playing in it for sure.
I don't know how many people we're going to be able to have. If we're only allowed 2, me and you are doing this.
100%.
I don't care how bad I am. I'm golfing at that place.
Yeah. No, I'm there, man. I'll be playing.
I can't wait. Doc was like, it's funny when we're out there, Doc's like walking me like play by play every hole. He's like, well, actually on this hole I hit it here, and I had to punch out and hit it over here. Like he's like, and it was awesome. Like it was actually entertaining. He's just like, well, I was over here, and then I hit the shot over here, and I'm like imagining Doc in my head just like scrambling like to get back into the fairway.
Those 3XL shorts, man.
That would be me though. Like, are you shitting me, dude? Gosh, it'd be tough. Derek says, mailbag, how many games a week do y'all watch?
What like
I mean, these questions are very broad.
Can we get just like NFL, NBA, baseball, Tigers, wing? What are we talking here, Derek?
Games a week.
Let's get some more detail in some of these questions.
Oh, NFL. Okay, Derek. Derek.
I mean, I watch Red Zone. I try and watch all the games.
I know.
Obviously, you can't watch every single one, but anytime there's football, I'm watching it. Same with college football.
We've had days where we've literally all hung out, watched all day of the Lions bye week. During the Lions bye week, we watched pretty much every game. Red Zone.
I'll always have the games that are local on, like say 1 o'clock. Say the Lions play Sunday Night Football. I'll watch the 1 o'clock games. There's usually 2 on the local channels, and then I'll also throw on my laptop Red Zone, so I have all the games going. Same thing with 4 o'clock. Typically, the 4 o'clock games, 4:25, whatever it is, those typically have 2 as well. Watch those 2 and have. There's no Red Zone, I guess, at 4, but I'll just watch the 2 there, and Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football.
Let's see this question. Burning issues. What teams do y'all root for in the Big 4 sports that aren't from Detroit? I don't actually have 4 besides the Detroit teams.
I don't have another football team.
I don't know if I've ever shared this on the show, actually.
What is? Oh no, I have an NBA team that I like in the West.
I actually was a Georgia Bulldogs fan.
Oh, you did tell me this. You said don't share it on the show.
Yeah, I'll share it now, I guess. That's when I lived in Georgia for years. I had posters on my wall and shit. I'm probably, honestly, I think I could find a photo of it. But I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm a Georgia football fan, the Go Dogs. But
you can't do that now.
I was a fan for the years I was down. That was it. If you're in Georgia, you're a Bulldog fan, like that's how they roll.
Yeah.
So I got acclimated pretty quick, but that's the only other team besides anywhere LeBron goes that I've rooted for.
I mean, as a kid after 2004, I became a big Kobe fan, so I was a Lakers fan growing up. When the Pistons got bad, I was just always Lakers. So the Lakers were always my team. I for the longest too, and my family knows this, I'm a big Steph fan as well. So I was always rooting for Steph. But then as soon as, I was never a LeBron fan. I always wanted Steph to beat LeBron versus the Cavs. And then when LeBron went to the Lakers, I was like, I think I told you this, Jeff. I was like, I have to cheer for LeBron now because I've always grown up Pistons number 1, and then Lakers have always been my second team out of the West. So, because that was when I first started watching basketball, 03, 04, when Shaq and Kobe, and then after that, Pistons beat them and stuck with them.
Everyone has a favorite player that you follow that team. It's just kind of like,
yeah, I've stuck with the Lakers ever since.
Depends on the sport, whatever your favorite sport is. I think football is a little more loyal though.
Yeah, I don't know. I have another football team.
Football, I really don't.
I guess Josh Allen and the Bills because of Josh Allen.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that. Like, we don't need to go into the other teams.
You Bears, yeah.
No.
ETN just put it. ETN just put it.
No, I knew this shit would happen.
Wow.
I knew this shit would happen. Not the Bears. It's not the Bears. I'll tell you one thing. If Ben and Caleb were on the Seahawks, then we can have
At least say an AFC team, man. Come on now.
Or if it's an AFC, yeah. Like I would maybe be like, well, it's
like
two
the Titans
guys I love, But at the Bears, it's like fuck the Bears, man. I'm not gonna say I root for the Bears. Bottom line mailbag, favorite NFL commentator. I like that question. Actually, my favorite commentator isn't even an NFL commentator anymore. Gus Johnson.
Love Gus Johnson, dude. He is so
honestly, Joe Klatt, easily my favorite. But it's NFL.
I love Al Michaels, man.
Yeah, you didn't really like Joe Klatt. I remember we had that discussion, right?
Yeah, no, he's just whatever. He's not to me. I love Greg. I'm a big Greg Olson fan. Kirk Herbstreit for.
But NFL, I like.
I'll probably go Al Michaels all time for me.
I mean, that's a good one. I really like Tony Romo for a period of time.
I've gotten over Tony Romo, man.
No,
I think Greg Olson, my favorite color guy.
Chris Berman, go.
Yeah, Chris Berman's so good. My favorite color guy. You know who was really good? And I actually was watching highlights. It's crazy watching highlights of people announcing. John Gruden, Monday Night Football. Dude, he was such a good play-by-play or color commentator. He was so good.
I mean, Jim Nance.
Jim Nance, I think, is like just no.
John Madden. I mean, obviously.
I don't remember John Madden. I don't think I was old enough, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the respect. It's just the respect.
Jim Nance, though, yeah, especially college basketball. Oh! Tui.
Where'd he go?
Hold on, let me get a good pick. He went to the Warriors. Hey, my guy's going to the Warriors.
No, he didn't. He went to the fucking Warriors? Are you serious?
The guy went to the Warriors. Hey, Alex Tui and Steph Curry, my favorite player. Let's go, AT.
Dude, he went to the Warriors. What a fucking dude. Good for him.
Wow, AT to the Warriors, man. Congratulations, bro. That is so cool.
That's awesome.
That's it. Good for him, man.
Dude, Steph, bro. That's crazy. That's
Good
crazy.
for him.
That's fucking awesome, man. Hey, appreciate you all. Good show. Had a blast. Go Pistons.
Hey, AT, go Pistons. Just an absolute, what a good end to the show, huh, boys? Let me get a picture of this.
We'll be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Be there. Until then, much love to you all.
Love you guys so much. See you tomorrow.